Hi, friends, and welcome to another Friday fun edition of Socially Distant. And because, in fact, I have been working for the weekend, I'm Brian Noonan. Well, I, for one, head into this weekend with my spirits buoyed. Why? Was it because of a Democratic National Convention? Is it because Steve Bannon was yanked off a yacht by members of the post office? Is it because the new Postmaster General is saying, I didn't know anything was being dismantled until you did? No, none of those things. It's because my hair is now beginning to reach Christopher Walken levels of craziness. Yes, the goal is being achieved, my friends. Higher and higher we go. One day I may actually get to Kid and Play 1990s version and just do the straight up, the Tower of Power. We'll see what happens. I mentioned earlier that it is the end of the week, which means the Democratic National Convention is over. Now, I'm not going to get too political, other than to say this. I thought the Democrats did a really great job of putting together a virtual convention. There were a few glitches here and there, and some things ran over time-wise, but other than that, I thought they did a really good job being the first party to have to do this. They started planning it a long time ago, which I think is going to make the difference. We'll see now as the next week when the Republicans have their virtual convention, what happens. I hope the Republicans, for the people who support them, are able to put something together in the same vein that the Democrats did. Now, I'm not going to listen to criticisms of, there wasn't enough policy, it was this, there was that. It was a convention. It's supposed to make you feel good. From the roll call with people in all different areas of the country and territories, actually doing the votes and the nominations from their own states and historic places, I thought that was really cool. I did enjoy seeing all the videos. Now, yes, I think by me saying that, you know where I stand politically, and you probably did already. But I thought it was good. Last night was the final night. Joe Biden, after accepting the party's nomination on Tuesday, last night he gave his speech to the nation. I thought it was really good. I'll just leave it at that. There were a couple other things, though, last night in the convention that really touched me. Now, I realize it may be the fact that I've been on lockdown for 5 months. It may be the fact that I'm getting older and questioning my life choices and my mortality. It may be the fact that I am just an empath, like that woman in Guardians of the Galaxy, where I can feel what's going on and take on people's pain and people's passion. But last night I was brought to tears a couple times, and not for reasons that you might think. First, they started the convention with young Cedric Richmond Jr. He's the son of Cedric Richmond, who is a congressman from Louisiana's 2nd District, which includes my second favorite city in all the world, New Orleans, Louisiana. So young Cedric came up to do the Pledge of Allegiance and could not have been cuter. He sounded like a little kid doing the Pledge of Allegiance. And he was all dressed up in his suit, and you could tell he was he was a little nervous, but he was going to do it. He was very stoic, and he got through it. And then you saw that little kid look of relief on his face when it was done, as he looked over to his parents like, yeah, did it, huh? Pretty good, pretty good. So kudos to Cedric Richmond Jr. for doing a fantastic Pledge of Allegiance. The other thing, and I know this is getting a lot of attention, it was getting attention last night from all the pundits and the roundtables, but I also tweeted about it when it happened. I was very moved by Braden Harrington. He was a 13-year-old kid who suffers from a stutter, and he told the story of how he met Joe Biden, and how Joe Biden, it's widely known, suffered from a stutter as a kid, and how Joe took time to talk to him and tell him about a book of poetry that he used to use to practice, and he helped him. And Braden said, and I'm just kind of using his, not really quoting him, but using his words, and I don't know why all of a sudden I can't think of what that means, but maybe I'm having a moment. But he said, listen, Joe Biden cared, he took time, he helped me out, and we need you to vote. And so just the courage that it took for this kid who was still stuttering. I mean, you could tell it was very painful. And I know being, thankfully I didn't have a stutter, but I know how nerve-wracking it is for a kid to speak in public anyway. Even just in front of the class, getting called up in front and having to talk to the class can be nerve-wracking. And if you have a stutter, I can only imagine that it's got to be that much more terrifying. And this kid went on in front of the entire country, maybe the entire world, and stood there and delivered and did a great job. So Braden Harrington, man, good for you. You killed it. It was very inspiring. So keep up the good work, kid. That was that. It was the convention's done. Now we'll see. Now it's gonna get fun. I head into the weekend, friends, not only with my soul buoyed by Cedric and Braden and the fact that my hair is now approaching godlike level, but a little bit sad. A little bit sad. There was a first world problem this morning. I got a call from a place that I had ordered something from the other day saying that product is no longer available. Yes, isn't this sad that that's what can ruin my mood, is that suddenly the coffee that I ordered from Community Coffee is not available. Now they have other coffee available and I'll get some, but there was just, it was such a deal. And listen, if that's the worst thing that happens to me today, good. Now, it's time to go out and try to cut the grass and then have a weekend. Now, tomorrow, going back to Mom's for round 3 of Let's Clean Stuff Out of Her House. I'll probably update you on Monday unless I don't survive. Tomorrow is going to be a little rougher. We've already predicted. But to sweeten the deal, pun intended, tomorrow is donut day at Mom's house. Yes, we're bringing donuts to kind of help ease in, and maybe we'll get her into a sugar rush, and then at some point the sugar will crash, and she'll take a little nap, and then we can just get rid of stuff on our own. Whatever your plans are for the weekend, I hope you stay safe. I hope you wash your hands and keep your hands away from your face. And remember that the virus is still out there. Things are not getting better. In some places they are, which is great. And it's all linked to people doing what they're supposed to do, wearing masks and socially distancing. So do me a favor. Have fun this weekend. Summer is starting to wind down, but be safe, be thoughtful. All right? So that's probably how I should have ended it. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you Monday. Be safe, be thoughtful, be kind, and as always, be socially distant. Have a great weekend. Bye. And as soon as I stopped this tape, I realized I was looking for the word paraphrase. Why couldn't I think of paraphrase when I was recording this? All right, have a good weekend. I just wanted to tell you that I hadn't completely lost my mind. Goodbye.